Hello and welcome back to another video. In this one, I want to talk about third-party energy in a twin flame connection or a divine union connection. So this is very common on the journey. When we are separated from our divine counterpart, usually we're doing individual soul work, and that might include another person in a romantic connection, so that that person can mirror to us things that we still need to heal within ourselves. And usually this is happening with the divine masculine, that he gets into another connection, a romantic connection, maybe even a marriage. So what this is serving is to heal parts of him and also clear out any karmic contracts and karmic contracts. This is part of the process in order to come into divine union. So what happens with this is that the divine feminine usually is very triggered by any kind of third party energy or romantic connection that her divine masculine is in. And this serves for the divine feminine to truly heal any of these unworthiness wounds, any of these rejection wounds, any of these abandonment wounds that we have been, really experiencing as part of the separation from our divine counterpart. So all of these wounds have to heal within you. In order for this to truly come forward, this sort of, separation and the third party is coming in to truly heal that for the divine feminine. So this will trigger all of these abandonment wounds. This will trigger all the rejection wounds. And so in order for the divine feminine to truly come into her power and heal all these deep wounds within herself, she really has to alchemize all of this. And so the divine masculine is then mirroring that to her, and she's going through the process of alchemizing this. And when she goes through this process of releasing that, usually when that lesson is learned, the person also falls away. The third party energy falls away. Because it's one soul, it's serving the soul in some sort of way to heal parts of yourself or part of your, part of whatever your divine counterpart has to heal as well. So this is serving the divine union. It may not look like it. And most of the time, the third parties and, us being in separation is, very painful, and it's not a normal thing for us to experience the separation. But because we've been in this separation consciousness, we've had the masculine and feminine separated, we have third party energies, or we have other people that are in the connection or having relationships with our divine counterpart, or you're in a relationship with someone else, divine feminine. So because of the separation, we are having third party energies in the connection. And so because these third party energies are there to serve a certain purpose, they will fall away once that lesson has been integrated, and once the divine counterparts learn whatever the lesson is, either for the divine feminine, whatever she has to, learn from that experience of her divine counterpart being another connection. And the divine counterpart, your divine masculine, also has some kind of lesson to wrap up or learn to then clear that out. So this is what happens with these third party energies. And this is, like I said, not a normal part of what we're supposed to experience, but because we've had separation on this earth, we've had the divine counterparts in other connections, not being together, but in other connections. However, it is for the purpose, what we're going through right now, it is for the purpose of ascension that we have these other parties involved. And for the purpose of actually mirroring to us what we need to see. And this is usually what's happening throughout this whole journey if there is other connections involved. They are serving a certain purpose, either for your divine counterpart or for you or for both. And this is what, we have to experience in order to truly alchemize all of the things that we are still holding on to that we're not seeing. So you can see this in a way where it's really serving the connection, even though it feels very painful. And sometimes, if your divine masculine is in a connection, but it's not triggering you anymore, it's sort of, you're really neutral about it, that means that there's not really a lesson for you in it. It's more that there's something for him to integrate. So if it's not triggering you anymore and you've integrated everything, then you are a neutral point. You're in unconditional love at that point. And that's truly what we come back to on this journey, is unconditional love, where you're not attached to the person. You are not expecting anything from them. You are in that place of loving them, but from that place of unconditional love. And this is really where this journey is also bringing us back to, when there's, third-party energies and all these things involved, because it is very difficult to deal with that on this journey. It's not an easy thing to see your divine counterpart with someone else. And so, this brings up so much for the divine feminine to integrate within herself, but ultimately to come back into that unconditional love. And like I said, these third-party energies are just there for some integration of a certain lesson or to wrap up a karmic cycle. And so this is not forever. When we're going through this ascension process right now, we're really learning very fast, and all of these third-party energies are falling away because the lessons are integrated faster. And they have to, because we are in a very accelerated ascension. So if there is still third-party energies in your union, just know that this is serving a purpose, but they are, getting the lesson. It's not like they're going to be stuck in these third-party energies forever. We are getting to a point on this ascension where there's a lot of these past timelines are collapsing. And this is really important to understand that this is happening. And even if your divine masculine is with someone else or in marriage or all of that, they are there to close cycles, and you have to really step into unconditional love and realize that that's their process, and they have to go through that in order to come into union, in order for them to truly get the lesson and to come into divine union. And it's hard to see this when we're in this separation and we're in this pain as a divine feminine, because it's not easy. But ultimately, this is bringing you back to your own divine feminine power, because that is what you're here to step into. You're not here to wait or, hope the divine counterpart is going to choose you. You're here to truly come into your divine feminine power and know that the marriage, the spiritual marriage, the oneness with your counterpart is happening energetically. So you are already spiritually married to your counterpart. You are already one with them. So you're bringing that in more and more. So these third-party energies are, most of the time, they're based on the ego construct and the karmic energies and all of that. So this is what's falling away more and more as we're going through this journey of truly coming into that oneness with your counterpart and coming into that spiritual marriage, which is what we need to focus on and what is the most important thing here. So see whatever the counterpart is mirroring to you in this connection, or in this relationship that they're in, and really use that as your own healing to come into your own power. And that is usually what this whole third-party energy is trying to get you to do. And that's when, when you integrate that lesson, that's when that person also falls away. And so sometimes, like I said, if you're not triggered by anything in the connection anymore that your divine masculine's having, so that is most of the time then his lesson that he has to, wrap up and come to and end the contract. So it is really the process right now that we're going through is very fast. So we're learning and integrating these lessons faster. And it always depends on the divine feminine and her process and where she's at on her journey. Because like I said, the feminine goes first, masculine follows. That is always the process here energetically. So the feminine has to come into her power first and into inner union. The masculine follows and is forced to really end things in the 3D. Contracts and all of that get wrapped up and closed, because we are really in this fast-paced ascension, and it's one soul moving towards divine union. It's not two souls. It's not based on free will. It's one soul that has already decided in this lifetime to attain divine union. So everything's shifting towards that, and that is the process here. If you would like more help and support on your journey, you can join the Patreon community. I have my courses in the description and my private sessions if you need more help. I send you lots of love, and I will connect with you soon.